Lions TV, good afternoon. I am just doing a quick video from in my front room. I'm not in the games room due to the Wi-Fi being down in there. I'm just about to interview Mick McCarthy shortly. So the setup's here and we're going on the laptop for this one. I'm talking about the news yesterday that Millwall announced that Dave Livermore will take charge of first team affairs until a new manager is sourced and appointed. I was really disappointed with this news yesterday. I've got to be honest, and I said on social media that this just shows what a complete fuck up the whole situation is. He will be assisted, Dave Livermore, by Kevin Nugent and, of course, who else? Adam Barrett, while Paul Robinson takes on charge the under-21s in the interim. I understand why the club have done it. It's just the forward thinking for me. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I think it just proves more than ever that this has sort of come out of the blue. I know there was stuff brewing earlier on in the season, but I thought we was past that. And like I said in previous videos, only 3-4 weeks ago when we played Sunderland, Neil Harris was talking post-match on the club's official Millwall TV. I saw it on their Twitter page that Harris said, okay, we're doing really well, we're on a great run, but I think we should be in that top six, and that's where we're aiming for. And now Harris leaves and all sorts of names are getting thrown into the mix, Livermore included. I will cover that in a little bit more detail when clear favourites emerge. We've had Matt Bloomfield from Wickham thrown into the mix, David Wagner, who else we had? All sorts, Mark Robbins, and now, of course, Gary O'Neill following his sacking from Wolves. But I was really disappointed with the Livermore thing because I think it just shows and proves that this wasn't expected. I did say as well in previous videos, I think in the Neil Harris live stream, that I was expecting Millwall to have someone lined up, but that someone was already going to be a manager currently at a football club. And I thought that's why they said to Neil Harris, look, okay, you're going. Could you just do it for this next 2 games? And then we'll be ready to bring in the new manager. It poses the question, why did Neil Harris have those last 2 games? Did he want to say farewell to the fans? It was very underwhelming. No wins, of course, 2 defeats from those. And it wasn't Neil Harris's fault, it was underwhelming. Just a low crowd in midweek at home to Sheffield United, I think it was. And then away at Middlesbrough where only sort of 387 fans travelled. So, yeah, I don't know why they asked him to stay on for these extra 2 games. I don't see what good could come of that. And now I don't really see what good can come of Livermore staying on. I think it proves that, now I was wrong and they didn't have a successor lined up. They haven't got a clue who the next manager is going to be. And now they'll have to start that search in a very, very difficult time. There's never a good time for a manager to leave or get sacked. But at this period, the busiest period in the football season, I think it could be a little bit disastrous for us, if I'm honest. So Livermore will take charge, assisted by Kevin Nugent and Adam Barrett. And as I said, Paul Robinson will take charge of the under-21s in the interim, stepping up as Kevin Nugent's assistant to be the full manager for the 21s in the time being. So Livermore will be in charge for Saturday's game against Blackburn at the Den. What will he do? As I said, he's in the running currently at 7-1, which is worrying me. I don't think he's a manager. We don't hear a lot from him. Maybe that's not his fault. Neil Harris is confident at speaking. He's a figurehead of the club, obviously as a manager twice and as our all-time top scorer, he's a Millwall legend. So maybe Liver's never had to do the talking, but he doesn't strike me as a sort of person that has the personality to get things going again. I think we're just going to be in Harris mode under Livermore until the new manager's sourced. And yeah, I'm just not overly confident. It could go the other way. Livermore could go, right, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going all in. I want to be the manager. He may well do. I don't know if he does or not. But if he wants to be, what's to lose? I listened to a podcast earlier where back in the day, Scunthorpe manager Brian Laws got sacked. Someone took over and he didn't really want to be the manager. So he said, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And they ended up winning, 27 games straight. And he got the job full time. I hope Livermore doesn't get it full time. However, if he goes 27 games straight undefeated, then obviously I won't have a problem with it. But I just feel on Saturday at the Den, and I'll put a preview out for that on Thursday, it's just going to be, as I said, Dave Livermore with his Neil Harris head on. I think you're going to see the same sort of people, the same sort of personnel. You're going to see the Honeymans and the Watmores, and it would be refreshing for Livermore to say, do you know what, probably only going to get 1 game here or 2-3 games max. Fuck it, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to change it up. If he did that, of course, he'd be stepping away from what Neil Harris has done, and that could cause controversy. Not that really matters because Harris has gone now. But Livermore may well freshen it up and change it and bring in the likes of Amaku and bring in the likes of Ivanovic, although he did play, against Sheffield United, didn't he, in the last home game under Harris. And that could be a little bit of I don't think it'd be a fuck you to Neil Harris, but it might be seeing things from Dave Livermore's perspective, and he feels that Harris did a few things wrong. Obviously, he's a little bit of a yes man, I would imagine. And of course, when Neil Harris is the manager, you've got to respect your boss and go with his ideas. So for that basis and that reason, I don't think Livermore will venture or veer too far away from what Neil Harris has been doing. But not just that, it's showing to me that we're no closer. We're not close at all. We're probably going to appoint a manager tomorrow now. But in my opinion, if they're putting Livermore in charge for the interim, then to me it suggests that we're not anywhere near appointing someone, which, as I said in previous videos, I had suggested that we was, or I thought we was. But looks like I got that one wrong, so we'll wait and see. But Dave Livermore in charge in the interim. If he gets a result on Saturday at home against Blackburn, will that continue? He's in the running with the bookies. Is he in the running with the club? Only time will tell. But that's the news today coming out of SE16. It was actually yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to cover it. That Dave Livermore will take charge of first team affairs while the search for a new manager goes on following the departure of Millwall head coach Neil Harris. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.